There's a single moment in your morning, lasting less than 30 seconds, that quietly decides how much stress your heart will absorb for the rest of the day. Most people never notice it. They walk past it, half asleep, phone in hand, completely unaware that this tiny window is one of the most dangerous cardiovascular moments in a human being's 24-hour cycle. And here's what makes it worse. The people most at risk are not the ones who feel sick. They are the ones who feel completely fine. I'm Dr. Zack, and after years of sitting across from patients who told me the exact same sentence, "Doctor, I felt perfectly normal that morning," I want you to understand something most cardiology conversations skip. Heart attacks rarely arrive out of nowhere. They are usually the final chapter of a very quiet story your body has been writing for months, sometimes years. And the opening line of that story is often written in the first 30 seconds after you open your eyes. Before I show you exactly what that mistake is, do me one small favor and hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to share could genuinely change how you start every morning for the rest of your life. Let's begin with something strange. Statistically, more heart attacks happen between 6 in the morning and 10 in the morning than at any other time of day. This isn't a coincidence. It isn't bad luck. It's biology. During the final hours of sleep, your body is preparing to wake up. Cortisol rises, adrenaline climbs, your blood becomes thicker and stickier, your blood pressure surges, your heart rate accelerates. By the time your alarm goes off, your cardiovascular system is already under more pressure than at almost any other moment of the day. And then, into this delicate, loaded, high-pressure moment, most people do the one thing that pushes a vulnerable heart over the edge. They shoot up out of bed. That's the 30-second mistake. Jumping out of bed the instant the alarm rings, rushing to the bathroom, grabbing the phone, standing up too fast, holding your breath as you check notifications, and immediately flooding your nervous system with stress before your heart has had a chance to adjust. On the surface, this looks harmless. Everyone does it. But here's the part most people miss. When you go from lying flat to standing upright in a sudden jolt, your blood pressure can swing dramatically in just a few seconds. For a young, healthy heart, this is manageable. For a heart with even mild plaque buildup, stiff arteries, or undiagnosed hypertension, this sudden surge can be the trigger that causes a vulnerable plaque to crack. And a cracked plaque is how most heart attacks actually begin. Think of your arteries like old pipes, with a thin layer of wax buildup on the inside. When pressure inside those pipes rises slowly, the wax stays put. But when pressure spikes suddenly, that wax can split open. Your body sees that split as an injury and rushes to seal it with a clot. That clot is what blocks the artery. That blockage is what kills heart muscle. And the entire chain reaction can start with something as ordinary as standing up too fast while your phone is screaming at you. Now here is where it gets even more interesting. The morning mistake is rarely just one action. It's a chain. You jolt awake. You stand up too fast. You immediately check stressful messages or news. Your heart rate climbs before your feet have even warmed up. You skip water, even though you've gone 8 hours without a single sip, and your blood is at its thickest point of the day. You rush into a hot shower, which dilates your vessels suddenly. You gulp down strong coffee on an empty stomach. You skip breakfast or eat something heavy and salty. And somewhere inside this rushed, chaotic, completely normal-looking routine, a quiet stress storm is hitting your cardiovascular system before the sun is fully up. This is why so many heart attacks happen in the bathroom, in the shower, on the way to work, or during that first stressful email of the day. It isn't random. It's the predictable result of a body that was never given a chance to ease into the day. And here's what frustrates me as a doctor. Most people are told the usual advice: eat better, exercise more, manage stress. All true, all important. But all of it misses the specific window where the real damage often begins. The first 30 minutes of your morning matter more than almost any other half hour of your day, because that's when your heart is most vulnerable and your habits are most automatic. So let's talk about what actually helps, because I don't want you to just feel worried. I want you to feel equipped. And quickly, if this is the kind of content that respects your intelligence and gives you real, usable medical insight, please subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps me keep making these for you. The first change is the simplest one. When your alarm goes off, don't launch yourself out of bed. Give yourself 30 to 60 seconds. Open your eyes. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Let your nervous system understand that the day is starting. Then, sit up slowly on the edge of the bed for another 20 or 30 seconds before standing. This single habit reduces the sharpness of your morning blood pressure spike and gives your heart a gentler runway into the day. It costs you nothing. It takes less than a minute. And for a heart with hidden vulnerabilities, it can be genuinely protective. The second change is hydration. After 8 hours of sleep, your blood is more concentrated, more viscous, and more likely to form clots. A glass of plain water within the first few minutes of waking thins your blood naturally, supports your circulation, and reduces the workload on your heart. Not coffee first, not tea first. Water first. Coffee can come after, but giving your body water before caffeine is one of the kindest things you can do for your cardiovascular system. The third change is the phone. I know this one is hard, but picking up your phone in the first few minutes of waking and immediately scrolling through messages, emails, or news floods your brain with stress hormones before your heart has stabilized. Try to give yourself 10 quiet minutes before the digital world enters your bloodstream. Your blood pressure will thank you, your mood will thank you, and your heart, which is already working harder than usual in those early minutes, will get the calm start it actually needs. The fourth change is movement, but gentle movement. Not a sudden sprint, not heavy lifting first thing. Just a few minutes of slow stretching, walking around the house, or light breathing exercises. This helps your circulation distribute evenly, lowers the sharp morning cortisol spike, and prepares your cardiovascular system for the demands of the day. And the fifth thing, the one I want you to take most seriously, is awareness of the warning signs people dismiss every single morning. Unusual fatigue that feels heavier than normal tiredness. A strange pressure, tightness, or heaviness in the chest, jaw, neck, or upper back, especially when you exert yourself. Shortness of breath doing things that never used to make you breathless. Cold sweats that come out of nowhere. Lightheadedness when you stand up that's becoming more frequent. A sense of indigestion or burning that doesn't quite match anything you ate. These symptoms are often brushed off as stress, age, poor sleep, or a bad night. But when they are new, persistent, worsening, or showing up together, they deserve a proper conversation with a qualified doctor. Not next month, not after the next holiday, soon. Because the heart almost always whispers before it screams, and most people only listen to the scream. Here's the deeper truth I want you to carry from this video. Your morning is not just the start of your day. It's a stress test your heart performs every single morning, whether you realize it or not. And the way you handle those first 30 seconds, those first 10 minutes, those first habits, is quietly shaping the long-term health of the most important muscle in your body. You don't need a perfect routine. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need extreme discipline. You just need to stop ambushing your own heart the moment you wake up. Wake up slower. Sit up before you stand. Drink water before you scroll. Let your body ease into the day the way it was designed to. Because the people who live long, sharp, independent, energetic lives into their 70s, 80s, and 90s are almost never the people with the most dramatic health routines. They're the people who stop doing the small daily things that quietly wear the heart down. If this video gave you even one insight you didn't have before, do 3 quick things for me. Subscribe to the channel so these heart-saving conversations keep reaching you. Leave a comment telling me which part hit you the hardest, because I read them and they shape the videos I make next. And share this with one person you love, because the morning habit that protects your heart might just protect theirs too. Take care of your mornings, take care of your heart, and I'll see you in the next one.